Hello everyone and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. Today I'm going to do a solo playthrough of Role Player. I think this is the first game that I'm going to have on this channel that is about victory points. So some of you might not like that, some of you may. It's actually generally a competitive game, but I absolutely love the dice placement of this game, and so I decided to pick it up, and it is a fun solo game. But it's also a really good competitive two-player game. So I'm going to do the solo version. If you'd like to just see the playthrough, feel free to check out the video below this in the playlist. Otherwise, hang out with me and I'll show you how to set it up for a solo play. Let's go. The first thing you'll want to do is pick out a character sheet, okay? I think I'm going to pick one that I haven't played before, so I've played all of these. I have not played the Dragonkin. So let's do the Dragonkin, and you can do either a male or the female side. I don't really see much of a difference on this one, so we'll just do the female side for fun. So we'll pick this character. Each character will start with 5 gold. And I'll put these off to the side, but we will have 5 gold to begin the game. To determine the class of our character, we're going to take our die bag here and grab a random color. So let's see, what do we get? Ooh, we got red. So let's go look at that. Since we chose red as our class, we can either be a barbarian, which has the effect where we can, you may equip up to 4 hands worth of weapon cards, and then this tells us ways that we can score victory points by getting our stats at these specific numbers here, and this tells us how many victory points we'll get per one of those attributes. We can also flip it over and become a warrior instead. And we've got different things here for so different attribute amounts and different victory points, as well as a different ability, prepared. After buying an armor card, you may take a constitution attribute action. And I'm going to be honest, I love that ability, so I'm going to choose the warrior side. I also will place one of my class colored cubes here to remind myself that I am red. And why that matters is because if I get any red dice onto my character sheet, I gain a victory point for every class colored die on my character sheet. So that just helps me remember, yep, I'm red. Next, we will choose a backstory. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle these up. Random, random, random. Let's flip one of these up. There we go. Oh, we're going to be the hunter. Well, we're the warrior hunter. As the hunter, you have a little bit of a story. Your estranged father was a powerful wizard. A Dragonkin wizard, kind of cool. After his death, you inherited an ancient scroll written in strange runes that seemed to describe the location of a great treasure. So we are hunting for a treasure as a warrior. Now, what you also see here is where we can try and get specific dice colors placed in our attribute section of our board, and for every one of those, we'll get a specific type of victory points. So if we get 2 or 3 of the dice in the right spots, we'll get 1 victory point. If we get 4 or 5 in the right spot, we'll get 3 victory points. If we get all 6 in the right spot, we'll get 6 victory points. Pretty cool. Next, we'll pick an alignment card. I'll shuffle these up and randomly grab, the Truth Seeker. So what we do here is we will place our other cube, our colored cube, here right in the center, and our goal is we are going to try and become as good and as lawful as we can and get our alignment over to this corner. If we do, we get 3 victory points at the end of the game. If we end up over here, we'll get -3 or -1 or 0 depending on where it is. So throughout the game, we'll be trying to manipulate our, what do they call this? Alignment, yeah. We'll be trying to manipulate our alignment up here to be as good and as lawful. So we're a warrior, a hunter warrior, who is a truth seeker, and we're a Dragonkin. Kind of cool. So I just want to show you how the attributes work. So our goal in the game is we're going to have to fill up all of these spots for the attributes, and when that's done, we've completed the game. We are going to be placing dice in here, and they always have to go to the farthest left when you place them. So if I'm going to place this die, I'd have to place it here. I couldn't place it here, okay? Now, each one of these spots gives you a special ability that you can use. You don't have to, but you can. For strength, you can flip any die on your board to the opposite side. So for example, let's say if I put this here, I then could flip this 1 to a 6. Cool. Dexterity, I can swap 2 locations of dice. So I could swap this 5 with this 6. Awesome. Constitution, I can increase a die. So put that to a 2. Or I could maybe decrease a die, because I might need to decrease a die. Now move that to a 1. Intelligence, what you'll do is you can grab any die on your board, re-roll it, and then, so I rolled a 2 here. I can then decide if I want to keep this 2 or remain at the number I had before. So I had a 4 before, and I'd probably want to keep it depending on what I was doing. For here in Wisdom, if I place a die here, I just get to move my alignment tracker one space anywhere that I want. So I could move it here, up, down, left, right, one space. Okay. And then for the Charisma, you just get a Charisma token, and you can purchase a market card for $1 cheaper just for that round. So that's how the attributes will work. There are 4 types of market cards. There are traits, armor, skill, and weapons. You can have as many traits, skills, and armor as you want. You can only have weapons equal to the amount of hands that you have. So if I had been the Barbarian, I could have 4 hands because I'm just that cool. But as the Warrior, I only have 2 hands, so I'd only be able to hold this weapon. Each one has different things that they provide you. Traits, when you purchase them, you immediately have to move your alignment based on this little icon up here. So this one says that we would have to move your alignment down towards evil, okay? Then usually it gives you some way to get victory points at the end of the game. So gain 1 victory point for every 2 gold dice on your character sheet. Cool. All right, skills are really cool. When you purchase them, you don't have to worry about your alignment, but whenever you use them, you'll affect your alignment, and that's what that little arrow means here. And once per round, you'll be able to refresh your skill, and skills can be played at any time. Okay, and you can have as many skills as you want. Armor is really just about points. Okay, sets are the best. So if I can get the whole chainmail set, I would get 10 victory points because I'd have 5 of the different chainmail sets. And then if I was the red, which actually I am, or the white class, you get +1 additional victory point. It's kind of cool. Weapons you'll use, and most of the time they're going to just give you some sort of effect during the game, and you don't have to tap them to use them. You always have their ability going for it. So those are the 4 types. You will have level 2 cards. You can see this 2 dots. Might be hard to see, but that's what that there is. 2 dots tell you that they're the level 2 cards. They'll come out a little bit later. There's level 1 cards. And then this number up here tells you how much gold it will cost to purchase them. For the solo game, you will have your pile of level 1s and your pile of level 2s. The only card you need to remove is Diplomacy. You'll remove this card from the game. You will not use that for any solo game. Then what you're going to do is you're going to shuffle up these level 2 cards. Okay, and then you're going to draw 7 of these and remove them from the game. Then you're going to do the same thing with the level 1s, draw 7 of them, remove them from the game, and then place the 1s on top of the 2s. Depending on how many players you're playing with, that amount that you remove will be different. Next, what you will do is you'll draw 6 dice from the dice bag here. So I'm going to grab random 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're going to shake them, and roll them up. Okay, what you're going to have to do with these 6 dice is place them anywhere on your character sheet. Now, I have 2 gold dice right now, these 2 here. That means for each gold die I'm placing on my character sheet, I get 2 gold coins. So I'm actually going to get 4 additional gold coins at the beginning of the game, which is going to give me a total of 9, which is sweet. So let me grab those, and I'm going to place these dice. Here we have it, you guys. I have set up my 6 dice that I rolled initially, and you can see these empty spaces, that's how many rounds we're going to play until we finish the game. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's going to be 12 rounds that we're going to play because each round you'll draft 1 die. Now you can see what I'm trying to do already is, you see how this Constitution is red? Well, look at that, red. So that gets me 1 that's correct within my backstory. I also have my black one for dexterity also in the right spot. And so I'm going to try and, as much as possible, get these dice in the right places while also trying to get the target numbers here. So I have to get 18 in the strength area. But as I'm a Dragonkin, I get an inherent +2 in this spot. So that's going to help me get to that number 18. I have to get to 18 exactly. Dexterity, though, because I'm a Dragonkin, is a -2. So when I add up all of these dice, I am going to have to watch out that I'm going to have a -2 at the end. So I have only 5 in this row right now. And what I need for Dexterity is 16 or 17 to hit 2 victory points. Also, when you do these ones to set up the game, you don't get the special abilities here. Those first 6, you just place them and that's all you do. But if I had finished any of these rows, you see how there's this little gold border here? That means you gain a coin when you finish any of these. I didn't finish any, so I won't get any additional coins. In the solo and 2-player game, you're going to have 3 initiative cards, and that's because we'll roll 3 dice around. The middle area always has 1 coin, so if ever you pick up this middle die, it is going to provide you with a coin. And why that matters is, when I have my 3 dice, I'm always going to put them in order of the numbers lower to higher. And the initiatives, what they mean is, if I'm initiative 1, I get to choose, I get first pick of the market cards. If I pick number 2, well then I'm going to have to roll this enemy gold die. And if I roll a 1, 2, or 3, they're going to trash one of the 3 market cards up here. If I choose 3, then I have to roll this enemy die, and if I roll a 1 or 2, this card's going to be trashed. A 3 or 4, this card's going to be trashed. And a 5 and a 6, this card's going to be trashed. Okay? So I'll just flip these up so you can see. Oh, that is nice. A chain helm. That is a great card to start with because I am red, and so it'll give me an additional victory point if I get that, and it costs 3. So that is nice. Okay, so this is how you'll set it up, and then this is your enemy gold die, and that's it for the marketplace and the initiative cards. Last, we have the play sequence card. This will just show you the sequence of actions that we're going to be doing. I'm not going to explain each one. You'll see it in the playthrough, but I wanted to show you that. I also wanted to show you that on the back side of it is how we're going to track our victory points at the end of the game. We'll use our cube and just march it along based on how we scored, and then we can see how we scored in the game for the solo game. Here's the scoring. I have to say I've never gotten 38. I have one time gotten 35, so there's a chance that I could get to a clan leader. If I get to a true hero, that would be insane, but most likely I'm going to get an NPC. No, let's be honest. I'm probably somewhere in the middle, but this is what we're aiming for. We're looking for 38 or more points. And that is how you set up the solo game for Role Player. Hope you guys enjoyed the playthrough, and thanks so much for watching.